For more than 100 years ago, psychologists around the world have done the best research studies in order to come up with a very good study habits for students like us. But with this video, I'm going to be sharing with you my 4 best tips that I use as a student to come up successfully, coming up shortly. Hi, my name is Peter and I'm a student. Welcome to this channel. This is where we help you with tips and tricks on how to develop your personal life. And if you're new on this channel, kindly subscribe to this channel now and click notifications button to be notified whenever I post new video of such. And just a reminder to tell you that I recently uploaded a video. If you want to go watch it right here, and I'll also leave the link there in the description below, so if you want to watch that video. And let's get into the topic very shortly. Tips number 1 that I have for you today is you need to learn to space out your study sections. You don't have to kill all of the time sitting in the single area in order to pass your test just by studying. You have to leave time between those study sections in order to help you come up with a good result. Spacing out the study sections allow you to learn something a bit by bit in order to remember them, because our brain is like a bucket of water and that has a leak in it. The more you fill up the bucket with water, the more it wastes. So sitting in a single area and then killing 4 hours studying will not help you. You need to learn to study by 1 hour and leave space in between. It may be per days in order to help you remember things that you have never remembered in those study section. It will even help you to remember those things in that study section more than the one you've been learning before. Tips number 2 is practice, and practice. Musicians around the world practice their instruments that help them to learn to be able to play them. Also their voice, they learn how to practice their voice, learn how to sing in order to come up with a very good voice that will be memorable by their audience. So you as a student, in order to come up with a good grade, you need to also learn to practice what you are reading. Just sitting down and then reading exactly what is written on the paper, what is written in your book will now help you. You need to learn to practice those things so that you can come out with your own analysis. Having read from the book, come up with your own theory, with your own way of doing that thing that will be able to help you come up with a very good grade. Hey, if you really enjoy what you're watching, kindly subscribe to this channel now. Subscribe to this channel for more of this video. Number 3 says that don't just reread books and notes. McDonald, in his co-written book in 2014 called The Science of Successful Learning, stated that rereading books is like looking at the answer over and over to a puzzles. You don't just learn to reread those books. So the more you reread those books, you will not be able to do it yourself. You will copy directly from what is written in that book, and during the exam day, it is what exactly you're going to put on that exam. So you need to learn to do it yourself than just sitting down and rereading it, than just sitting down taking the one book over and over and reading it. Learn how to do that by yourself. Create your own mentalities of placing that lesson in order to help you understand what you are reading, not just sitting and rereading over and over and again. And that leads me to the next tips, which is learn to text yourself. Learn to text yourself like the way the teacher do in the classroom. You can do it yourself. You have to create a moment of testings. You can learn something without being able to test yourself and understand what you have been reading there before going up there and applying it. That's the same way. Before you say something to people, you have to learn and say it to yourself and understand it, whether it's the best thing you're saying to that person or not. With that, you can either recognize where exactly you have the problem or not. So you can even create the environment where your friends are sitting, learn to ask them what is their understanding of the note. They can tell you their understanding. With that, you can ask them in return and they will ask you in return. Your response will either be detected whether you really understand what you're reading or you don't understand what you're reading. Peace.